Lake Simcoe, called Owantarunk or Beautiful Water by the Wyandot or Huron people, holds a special place in the hearts of Southern Ontarians. Its story and fate is the fate of our natural systems, of our ability to plan for resilience, of our ability to put people and the planet ahead of corporate wealth. To build a clean and safe future for all in a highly developed part of Ontario, we need to acknowledge, understand, and address the lake's problems. With a watershed population of nearly 500,000 people, projected to double by 2041, Lake Simcoe is under enormous pressure from development. Do you know how development affects the lake's health? Most people don't, but development is the biggest growing stress for Lake Simcoe. There are four main ways that our current development patterns have negative impacts on the Lake Simcoe environment. 1. Phosphorus loads from soil erosion. 2. Locking in transportation patterns that send our greenhouse gas emissions through the roof. 3. Reduced natural areas size and or ecological function. And 4. Increased hardened surfaces, which add salt to the lake in winter. First of all, let's make sure you understand phosphorus pollution. Phosphorus is naturally occurring and is found in soil and poop of all kinds. It is in dust blown off a field stripped of vegetation for farming or development, or a dusty road or gravel pits. And phosphorus in soil runs off the land when precipitation hits it, and it flows through creeks and streams and eventually to the lake. These are the ways that development and construction add to phosphorus pollution in Lake Simcoe. High levels of phosphorus in the lake cause excessive weed growth and sometimes algae blooms like the one in the fall of 2020 in Cook's Bay. Some bacterial algae blooms produce toxins that are harmful to humans and animal health. When the excess weeds decompose, oxygen is removed from the water, which makes it hard for prized lake trout and whitefish to survive. Lots of work has been done since the 1980s to bring phosphorus loads down, but recently that work has not kept pace with the impacts of new development and climate change. In 2010, the province of Ontario said that approved development would add between 9 and 15 tons per year of phosphorus, depending on how well the developer uses tools enabled in the Lake Simcoe Protection Act and Plan, like low-impact development and advanced stormwater management guidelines to handle more rainfall on site before it flows into streams and the lake. Sediment and erosion control bylaws, which, if enforced, reduce phosphorus loads from construction. And the Lake Simcoe Phosphorus Offset Program for new subdivisions. There is an opportunity to do really progressive environmental development here. It's already happening at Lake Simcoe thanks to the Lake Simcoe Protection Act and our Conservation Authority. Some kinds of development are worse for the environment than others, though. You may have heard of sprawl. Maybe you wonder why it's the target of many environmental campaigns. Did you know that 54% of greenhouse gas emissions come from cars in the Lake Simcoe watershed? The way we are building, and without further measures to reduce vehicle emissions, the watershed's greenhouse gas emissions are projected to increase 57% above the 2016 levels. If we keep building sprawling subdivisions, we lock in a transportation pattern that is literally killing our planet. Things are not good, despite consistent efforts for 40 years, and development is making it worse. Phosphorus loads are increasingly tied to heavy precipitation events, which are increasing due to climate change. Phosphorus loads are going up, as this chart shows. The dotted red line is the 44 tons per year phosphorus load target of the Lake Simcoe Protection Plan. The most recent 10-year phosphorus load is double that target. If we're going to save Lake Simcoe, we need all the tools that we have in place to reduce the impacts of development. They must be protected in the provincial review of the Lake Simcoe Protection Plan. But we also need to listen to the lake. If its health does not improve, we should not keep on building sprawl in farm fields. We also need strong policy protection for our natural areas so forests and wetlands can do their work, filtering pollutants, reducing flooding impacts, and keeping the Lake Simcoe watershed beautiful and clean. Lake Simcoe needs you to join the Rescue Lake Simcoe Coalition's campaign to protect our plan. Join us at www.rescuelakesimcoe.org.